once again my background has changed, as once again I have moved back home, but this time it is official. I have officially moved out of my university flat. I was going to film like me packing up and stuff like that, but then I forgot because I got too into it. So basically it was just taking all that stuff down. So yeah, I am now back at home for a month until we can move into our house, and I will definitely be showing me moving into the house because it is just so nice. I love my house, and I've got the biggest bedroom so I can have a proper setup for my YouTube videos, and I'm hopefully going to invest in some new lights. We've got builders in making our bathroom better, well, improving it and like doing different stuff to the house. But with the talk of moving in and out of places, and specifically moving into university and out of university, I wanted to give some tips with when I've moved in and out of flats and stuff like that, because we saw some people moving out on the day we moved out, bringing moving vans to move their stuff out to go home. Now I know like you're moving into a new place to live there for a year on your own, but really you don't need a moving van to do that sort of stuff. I'm gonna give you some tips and like my advice so you don't end up having to get a moving van when you move out. Number one tip for me is, when you're packing, look at the stuff you're packing and think, will I use this for 1, studying, 2, like my downtime, like when I've got free time, 3, is it a decoration to go on the wall, or 4, do I think I just need it just in case? If it's the just in case part, leave it at home. First year when I moved into my first flat, I had a tiny bedroom. I literally had a bedroom that was like just one strip of like a corridor kind of, and then a hole in the wall at the side where my bed was, and that was it. They somehow managed to fit a desk in there which I could barely sit underneath. So when I moved in with all of my stuff, I had overpacked just a little bit. I ended up having to buy my own set of drawers because I didn't have enough drawer space for my clothes. And with taking stuff there, it was like I took random pillows for my bed that I just ended up throwing off every night because there was no room. I ended up taking like wall stuff that I thought would have been allowed to hang, but because there was literally no room, I could barely fit them on the wall anyway. I took photo frames, which fair enough, photo frames are nice to be able to see like family and friends and stuff like that, but when you take so many that it fills up your shelf, which you need to have books and stuff on it, that's a little bit stupid. Random crap is definitely kind of my forte for taking. Even when I moved out recently, my flatmates, which are now going to be my housemates, have been saying so many times the amount of shit I have. When it's my sort of stuff now, with kind of working on it and making myself think, do I really need this, do I really need that, it's kind of whittled it down to the main stuff I do need. So like obviously camera, etc, Xbox, TV, and then my guitars and my piano are the big things that kind of fill up my room. Now I know having like instruments, especially a piano, seems a bit excessive, but when it's someone who's very musically inclined like me, it's a bit different. So yeah, definitely don't just pack random crap, really think about it. Prepare with boxes. I had to pack so much stuff in like Aldi shopping bags, which was alright, but I would have much preferred to have like solid boxes full of like some of clothes, some of my stuff to go like around my room, some of books and DVDs and stuff like that. Then you can obviously label it all, whereas with an Aldi bag it's just a bit flimsy and I feel like something could get broke. It's easier said than done because you either have to pay to get these big cardboard boxes or you have to try and find them from somewhere. I'd have to say another tip would be to start quite early with the packing up kind of process, because when I did it this time I left it about I think a week before I moved out, which I thought was decent timing. It gives you time to kind of make sure everything's organised into the right place, and if you can kind of throw stuff away, keep going through the stuff and check in again. I would say definitely give it about a week or more to kind of pack up, because if you're doing it the day before your tenancy runs out or something, or the day that you're supposed to move into a new place, you're going to end up either leaving a load of stuff behind, leaving the flat or wherever you're staying a mess, which is obviously you shouldn't really do that when other people are going to be moving in there. You're going to end up moving into this new place and having just too much stuff to sort through, and you might not have enough room in the new place depending on how big it is. If you have a car when you're moving out, I would definitely say clear the car out as much as you can before obviously packing up, because having a game of Tetris in a really small dirty car is not fun. In regards to like moving food, well, not really moving food, like getting rid of food or whatever, I would say for the last 2 weeks of living in wherever you are, just eat the stuff that's in your cupboard. I made the mistake of travelling right before I moved out. I obviously went to Lithuania and Amsterdam, and when I came back I had a freezer full of stuff. I had loads of stuff to eat, and although for the next couple of days after Amsterdam I was eating the stuff out of cupboards and the freezer and the fridge and whatever, when it came to the last night I ended up eating, I think I cooked about 30 chicken nuggets to share with my housemate, because I just thought I'm not going to eat them at home. And then I still ended up coming home with frozen chicken, prawns, pasta, tuna, everything, because I'd left it so long and I kept buying food. If you want to go home with food and like use it at home, or if you're moving straight into a new place, then fair enough. But if you're like me, who's going from a student flat to where you can eat frozen stuff and oven stuff and everything, and then going home to where everything's health crazy, you've got like really healthy parents and stuff like that who are mad about watching what they eat, I would definitely say eat as much as you can beforehand, because I don't think my mum would have appreciated if I came home with a massive bag of chicken nuggets and was like, yeah, we need to eat these soon. I don't think she would have had that dealt, definitely not. And one final tip for moving in and out of places would be, regardless of who you're living with, please try and be civil when you're moving in or out of the place that you're living in. It can affect kind of how you either start things with a person or leave things with a person. I have a story for next week about my first flatmates that I used to live with, because in all honesty they were absolute nightmares to live with, and I would never wish that on anyone. So do make an effort when you move in with someone, like say hello, introduce yourself, and then when you're moving out, if they want help, help them, or if you get on with them, ask them to come and help you, because it just probably makes stuff easier. But if you're like me who doesn't get on with people, then obviously ignore that. So they're basically some tips and advice, I guess, about moving. You can take what you want from that. It might work, it might not, I don't know, we'll see. I do hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will see you next week. Bye. And you're gonna end up speak big cardboard boxes. Oh. So yeah, that'll be happening in about 3 to 4 weeks maybe. We'll chat the